चरणा रविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की, ISKCON founder आचार्य, PPT founder आचार्य, savior of the whole world श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरापुरी धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, गंगा मैया की, यमुना मैया की, भक्ति देवी की, श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की। श्री श्री राधा गोविंद देव अष्ट सखी वृंद की। श्री श्री गौर निताय की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. When you all pay obeisances, you should pay Panchang Pranam. Sure? Or you can show, so like this. Hand should be like this in front. So that just like this, touching the head to the ground is not called Panchang Pranam. That's called as cheating obeisance. This is what His Holiness Vishnujan Swami Maharaj told His Grace Sankarshan Das Adhikari Prabhu. So we should follow the Vaishnava etiquettes properly, if at all we follow. Yes, we should. Where did you get garland from temple? Jai. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadotam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Echo can be made 0. So welcome to our morning discussion, or rather answering of the questions, because I had asked you all can ask questions and you are given so many. I don't know how many. Box is big, but maybe questions are few. We'll go one by one. Asking questions in spiritual life is very important. Only in a bona fide sampradaya we can get bona fide answers. Most other speakers outside the parampara won't dare to ask the audience for asking questions. But they won't be able to answer. But in our Guru Parampara, this is quite a feature. Our Guru is all 4 bona fide sampradayas. We see in the whole of Bhagavad Gita is nothing but first question only is question all is what you call sum total of all the questions. Arjuna is saying I am confused about my duty in life. So this is true, isn't it? Whether I should fight or not fight. Only 2 options, but he is confused. For Parikshit Maharaj, he is also not clear as to what should be done by any person in general, and particularly a person who is about to die. He was also about to die in 7 days. And within that Bhagavatam, we have so many other. Bhagavad Gita also begins with Dhritarashtra asking question. That Kim, what is that? Dharmakshetra Kurukshetra Samaveta Yutsava Mamaka Pandavasya Kim Akurvata Samjaya. What did they do? This question beginning only. And Bhagavatam also, Parikshit is asking 2 questions to Shukdeva, and within that Bhagavatam we have so many other questions being asked. Several questions. So questions asking is very important. It's a sign of intelligence. Doubting is also a sign of intelligence. One should not just be blind follower. One should inquire. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Now is the time to inquire. So we should inquire. And Prabhupada says, very nice statement, which is my favorite statement. Shabda Praman saves time. Other Pratyaksha and other Pramans will take long time to reach the conclusion. Our conclusion will not be reached only. But in Shabda Praman, our time is saved. Just ask somebody who has gone through the devotional life, what all difficulties he had, how did he overcome this problem, that problem. And he tells, if we have faith in that person, sincerely we follow that, our time is saved. He will tell the mistakes he committed, and we can avoid those mistakes. He's someone, 1 or 2 seconds might have been wasted because of his mistake, or 1 or 2 minutes might have been wasted, or 1 or 2 days might have been wasted, or 1 or 2 months might have been wasted, or 1 or 2 years might have been wasted, 1 or 2 decades might have been wasted. The speakers in Bonafide Swaram Parampara, they don't hesitate to tell their mistakes. The glory of our Parampara, means all the Paramparas. They openly tell, I committed this mistake. Vyasdeva also, you can see, he says that, I wrote all these Vedic literatures, but I'm still despondent. I don't know what went wrong. So that person speaks his mistakes, and we learn not to commit such mistakes. Because the person is sincere, we can hear from him. Similarly, in NOI 4th verse also, Prabhupada writes that an experienced devotee speaks and a less experienced devotee hears from him. This is called as Guhyam Akhyati Pruchati. So what session we have can be also named as Guhyam Akhyati Pruchati. Two of the 6 principles of loving dealings between devotees. Dadati Pratigranati. Giving gifts in charity, accepting gifts when we get in gifts. Guhyam Akhyati Pruchati. Revealing one's heart in confidence. Hearing others when they reveal their heart in confidence. So in one sense, you have revealed your heart in confidence to me through these chits. Chits we use sometimes so that those devotees who feel shy to ask directly, openly, in public. So confidentiality is maintained. So who is asking question, nobody knows, including me. I also don't know. But sometimes this is seen as impersonal thing. And who is asking, we don't know. But the problem is, we don't know the devotees also directly in one sense. Like, I don't know you personally. I'm not staying in your youth center and watching you for days or months or years. But in general, the questions can be answered also. Some of the speakers, when they get question like that, they will ask, who has asked this question? Everybody is terrified. So how to reveal? And then he's not answering only. He wants to know who is the person who has the question. Otherwise it becomes like impersonal. But it's not a problem. In one sense, everybody has this question. You understand? One person becomes a mouthpiece in one sense. Anyway, different speakers will have different approaches. I don't mind, and I recommend this. I entertain this, because sometimes in youthful days we may have some lusty problem, this and that. We may not openly ask. And our regular people who are our guides, they are either very young or they are also authorities. So if we reveal our heart, they may exploit us. That kind of fear may be there. Or they may reveal to other devotees like that. But if somebody is very senior, he's from another place, so we don't mind asking questions. So there are a lot of permutation combinations in question answer. We will not discuss all that. But basically, an experienced devotee speaks and a less experienced devotee hears from him. This is called as Guhyam Akhyati Pruchati. And Bhungte Bhojate Chaiva, giving prasadam, distributing prasadam and accepting prasadam. So yesterday I distributed prasadam, he accepted like that. So And today we'll have Guhyam Akyati Pruchati. Maybe when you are leaving, I will give you small gift also. So all 6 loving dealings will be done. And you also have given the prasadam, you have given the garland prasadam, you have given the prasadam of being able to speak Harikatha. And you are also asking your, opening your heart in confidence, And which one remained? You also have given me gift. Your devotional practices itself is gift for me. Please continue. Because most intelligent people of the world, IITians and NITians, they should practice Krishna consciousness because that is meant for them. Krishna and all the Vedic literature say that this knowledge is for those who are very intelligent. So if the world stamps you as the most intelligent people, as IITians, if you don't take to Krishna consciousness, you are fool number 1. So when you take to Krishna consciousness, you are really intelligent. Not because of your IIT JEE score. That is all useless. Fools can score very nicely there. But here, even practicing is not so easy. But one can practice in the association of devotees. Okay, so that is just a little background to the beginning of our questions and answers. First question. First question is, whatever comes in my hand is the first question. And anyway, after some time I will forget the count, so I won't know whether it is 3rd question, 10th question, whatever the question. But first question at least. So Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. So question is Hare Krishna Prabhuji, so answer is Hare Krishna. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagwan iti Shabdati. My God. The absolute, directly highly philosophical. The absolute truth is explained as Brahman, the all-pervading spiritual effulgence, as Paramatma, the localized super soul, or as Bhagwan. This is there in Srila Prabhupada's book. This is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the 11th verse, I think, of the 2nd chapter of 1st canto. But Prabhupada will naturally quote civilization and transcendence, yeah, but it is originally from Bhagavatam 1 to 11, I believe. Prabhu, what is Brahman, what is Paramatma or Bhagwan? Oh Krishna, it's a very basic question. Basic means this is philosophical question. This should be covered in our weekly classes, which I believe Imam Shugru or Rajagopinath Prabhu might be covering, our Anamol Prabhu. But in simple terms, shortest answer could be the effulgence that comes out from Golok Vrindavan and spiritual worlds, that is all called as Brahman, which is not having any form. It spreads everywhere. Just like this tube light, now it's quite illuminated daytime, but night time, this light of this tube will spread all throughout this room. Or if you keep it in circular thing, some kind of earthen pot, so it will spread in that. So that is Brahma Jyoti. Then Paramatma is localized aspect of the Lord, basically Shurudaksha Vishnu, who is one only, but appears to be many in each and everyone's heart and in each and every atom. Just like you have mirror and you see your face, or you see sun in that. Now you divide that mirror into 10 pieces, cut it into 10 pieces. So now you will see 10 suns. That doesn't mean that 10 suns are there. Sun is one only, but because you cut the mirror into many pieces, so as many pieces, those many suns will be visible. So like that, Paramatma is in the heart of every living entity and guides. Mattap smritir jnanam apavanam cha. He gives knowledge, remembrance and forgetfulness. And beyond these two is Bhagwan, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For that matter, his expansions also can be called as Bhagwan. Here it is said that spiritual effulgence is same as God or Krishna. It is wrong, na Prabhu? No, it is not wrong. It is the impersonal presentation of the Lord. And these are all Him only, but to different degrees, revelation is there. That famous example, I think it is there in Positive Thinker also or somewhere, that when you see train is coming to some remote village where even electricity is a problem, people don't know anything about trains. So from distance, when train comes in the night time, some villagers thought, oh, train means bright light, because at the top of the engine there is bright light and it's night time, so it is fully there. So they will run to village and tell others, train means bright light. That is true, but that is not the whole thing. Bright light can be there also. So that is just the engine to see for the driver, that is there. But then some people waited and they saw, oh no, but after the light there is engine also, followed by some bogies also. So then they go to village and they tell like that. So they have Paramatma realization in one sense compared to. So they know something better. But some people waited till the end, some villages, and they saw the train came, stopped, and inside there are so many thousands of passengers, and they are all chit-chatting, talking, and all that. So that is like Bhagwan feature, knowing everything about the Lord. Or there are many other analogies given. Like from distance you see this hill, Tirumala hills. So they look like bluish color or something like that, and you don't see much. And that is like Brahman realization. So you go close to the Tirumala hill, very close. So then you will say, oh, there are many trees over there and all that. Green, it is green, it is not blue. From distance it looks blue. And then you go inside only, then you will find there are so many people staying also there. The forest dwellers and all that. So like that, these are degrees of realization of the same absolute truth. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam. Vadanti, they say. Vadanti tat tattva vidas. That tattva vidas, those who know the tattva about the absolute truth. Absolute truth means param satya. Param satya never changes in any. Like Brahman or Paramatma or Bhagwan, they never change. It remains the same truth. That is called as absolute truth. So absolute truth has three features. Just like the lady, what is the name? Nilima. Mrs. Nilima. This lady is wife to somebody. She is the father's name? Tapan. Tapan Prabhu's wife, Mrs. Nilima. But she is mother of Chandrabindu. And she will be daughter-in-law of your grandparents. Like that. The lady is the same, but her role, her identity, her relation is different with different people. She serves as daughter-in-law to his grandparent. She serves as the wife to his father, and she serves as a mother for him. So all these are males only. Her father-in-law, her husband, and her son, all are males. But she has different roles to play in the relationship with this different personality. It depends on what they look forward to. So grandparents, his grandfather expects her to be acting like a very submissive daughter-in-law. So she behaves like that. His father expects her to be like proper ideal wife. So she behaves like that. And he expects her to be very loving mother. So she behaves like that. The lady is the same, but her functions and all are different because the people expectations are different. So similarly, the same absolute truth will reveal to different degrees, to different personalities, depending on how they approach. Yathamam prapadyante. If they think, oh God, he must be so great, he cannot have form. So for them, he will be formless Brahma Jyoti. Some people say that no, God should be everywhere. So for them, he is Paramatma. For some people, no, he should be having interactions with me. So for them, he will be there as Bhagwan. So it depends how you approach the Lord. Accordingly, he will behave. I will not get too much in. Okay, ठीक है.
Basic extension question. Like we heard that Om is also in personal representation.
Yes.
And I read that Prabhupada in the preface of every Bhagavatam end with Om.
Yeah. So that is in Bhagavad Gita. I think in 13-14 chapter you will find or 17 maybe. Om Tat Sat comes. Basically that represents the Supreme Lord only. Sat has a meaning. Chit has a meaning. Om Tat Sat. Basically it's like Purna Huti. When you complete a yajna, at the end you have to give Purna Ahuti and the end of the yajna. So like that, Om Tat Sat when you say, that means everything is for the pleasure of the Supreme. Whether what conception of the Supreme you have, that depends on you. Whether you consider Supreme to be impersonal, localized aspect of Paramatma or Krishna the Supreme. When you say Om Tat Sat, it is for the pleasure of that. That means it is not for my pleasure. Purna Ahuti. End of the whole discussion. You will find His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. At the end of all his classes, he will say, when everything is over, like we say, no, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Om Tat Sat. Or. And some of his disciples, senior disciples also do the same, because they see Maharaj. So, that is basically Purnavati over. This is for his pleasure. Whatever I spoke, whatever I did in this class, is all for his pleasure. It's understood. When we say his means Krishna the Supreme Personality. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. In BG, my God, you have a lot of philosophical questions. No problem. Chalo. Krishna says, I am the strength of the strong, devoid of passion and desire. and sex life which is not contrary to religious principle. And in Srila Prabhupada books, it is mentioned, thus for Krishna has described himself as that which is good. Thus far, Krishna has described himself as that which is good. But what about other modes? Other modes. This is devoid of passion, it is said, not filled with passion. I am the strength of the strong. When the strong people, they exhibit their strength for the protection of weaklings, that is Krishna. Now there are exploitative people who are very strong, hoodlums, gundas. They show their power, so that is not representing Krishna. Devoid of passion and desire. There is no personal desire. Desire is a duty. Kshatriyas will exhibit their strength. They are very powerful. Each Kshatriya means he has to be very powerful only. So that is what Krishna. And similarly, sex life also, which is not contrary to religious principle. It cannot be contrary to religious principle. One is having every time sex with his wife. So he is using his wife as sex machine. So that is not representing Krishna at all. That is representing adharma. But one has, because grahastha life means producing children also. Putra vina graha shunyam. Family life is like a zero, void, without son. So for producing son, husband and wife who are duly married have to come together through physical union and produce a child. So that purpose, with pure motive, pure purpose, pure intention, that let the son or daughter born be helping the whole world to come out of ignorance, preach, etc., be a nice devotee, sincere, nice example, exemplary role model for the whole world. So that sex the husband and wife go through, that is called as Krishna is non-different from that. Krishna is that sex life. So other part is not, adharma is not representing Krishna. These are 88 opulences Krishna describes in Bhagavad Gita. So they all are very good. Krishna says, I am Arjun in Pandavas. I am Himalaya in non-moving, like that. So all that. So these are all, basically when you see them, just like here we say, every time I see this hill from here, I immediately remember Anantashesh. Anantashesh, there is a long story. Vayudeva and somebody, Agnidev, they had a fight and all that. So Vayudev comes here. So this, not Agnidev, Anantashesh I think. So Anantashesh comes here in the form of this hill. So this is story, but otherwise the story may not be there, but that is indicative of Krishna. Basically to remind us of Krishna. How can adharma be representing Krishna? Dharma only. To answer to this, it is there, Krishna is transcendental to the three modes. Bad and evil things, ignorance, are also Krishna. To answer to this, it is there. It is there where? Krishna is transcendental to the three modes. Yes. Bad and evil things, ignorance, are also Krishna. They are not Krishna as such, they come from the backside of Krishna. For example, electric engineer is producing electrical energy, coldness. I don't know where has he taken it from, though he is saying here it is not written only anything.
On the way.
On the way. Okay, you open. We have to read the whole paragraph only. What Prabhupada is saying. It is true, electrical engineer, he will have the same electricity which passed through refrigerator, acts as very cold, produces cold effect, and when passed through electric geyser or whatever, it produces heat. But the power plant electrical engineer is neither cold nor hot. Power plant. It is written there, power plant. Okay. One may question Krishna in this way. You say you are sound, water, illumination, fragrance, the seed of all, strength and calm desire. Does that mean that you exist simply in the mode of goodness? In the material world, there are modes of goodness, passion and ignorance. Thus far, Krishna has described himself as that which is good. For instance, sex in marriage according to religious principles. But what about the other modes? Does not Krishna exist in them? In answer, Krishna replied that whatever is seen in the material world is due to an interaction of the three modes of material nature. Whatever can be observed is a combination of goodness, passion and ignorance, and in all cases, these three states are produced by me. Because they are produced by Krishna, their position is in him, but he is not in them. For Krishna himself is transcendental to the three modes. Thus, in another sense, bad and evil things which are produced out of ignorance are also Krishna when they are applied by Krishna. How is this? For example, an electrical engineer is producing electrical energy in our homes. We are experiencing this electrical energy as coldness in the refrigerator or heat in the electric stove. But at the power plant, electrical energy is neither cold nor hot. The manifestations of this energy may be different for the living entities, but for Krishna they are not different. Therefore, Krishna sometimes acts on what appears to be the principles of passion or ignorance, but for Krishna there is nothing but Krishna. But for Krishna there is nothing but Krishna. Just as for the electrical engineer, electrical energy is simply electricity and nothing else. He makes no distinction that this is cold electricity or that is hot electricity. Everything is being generated by Krishna. Indeed, the Vedanta Sutra confirms Athato Brahma Jigyasa Janmadi Asyata. Everything is flowing from the supreme absolute truth. What is the living entity? What the living entity is considering to be bad or good is only for the living entity, for he is conditioned, but because Krishna is not conditioned, for him there is no question of bad or good. Because we are conditioned, we are suffering from dualities, but for him everything is perfect. See, from Krishna's viewpoint, there is only spiritual energy. There is no material energy for Krishna. But because we want to take something for our sense gratification, then it becomes material energy, and she gives kicks then, Durga. Otherwise, from Krishna's viewpoint, it's all spiritual only. Everything comes from Krishna, so in that sense, everything is Krishna. But it will not remind you of Krishna as those 88 opulences that he describes in Bhagavad Gita. He even says that I am of the scholars, I am Shukracharya. So Shukracharya, though the guru of demons, but he is also Brahmin only. So, but then as a service, he has to do that side also.
So Adharma also can represent Krishna.
See, everything comes from Krishna. Virat Purusha, if you see, from his chest comes Dharma, from his back comes Adharma. So that way, everything comes from Krishna. But then it will not remind you of Krishna.
Why, Prabhu?
Because it is not opulence of Krishna. These 88 opulence we have to read in Bhagavad Gita 7 chapter, 9 chapter, etc. Then they are all, as I give some example, Balam Balavatam Chaham. Then immediately Krishna clarifies that. Prabhupada is clarifying also that strength which is devoid of passion and desire. Otherwise, then it represents Adharma. In Adharma, how will it remind you of Krishna? When you see Kamsa, how will Kamsa remind you of Krishna? But Yudhishthira Maharaj, Arjun, Prahlad Maharaj, they all are serving Krishna. So immediately you are remembering Krishna. In the absolute sense, even by saying Kamsa, you can be reminded of Krishna. But their actions are not in line with Krishna. They are exploiting others.
So for our remembrance, Krishna is saying I am in only good part, not in illicit six, only.
See, this is what he recommends, and this is where he is manifest in a authorized way. Now, otherwise, Krishna says, I am Kamsa of all the rulers. Then everybody will think that to be the role model, and then you kill the cows, you kill the brahmanas, because Kamsa did that only. So, that is not how dharmic people are. Otherwise, Duryodhana and Yudhishthira both are ruling wonderfully only. But Duryodhana had been adharmi. He disrobed Draupadi, he tried to kill Pandavas. So Krishna was bent upon killing Duryodhana and all those adharmis. You can see, before the war Arjun is confused, after the war Yudhishthira is confused. But Krishna is making sure that they all get rid of their confusion and be very clear that this was Dharma Yuddha. This had to be fought and those fellows had to be killed. Krishna was very firm. As far as ruling goes, Duryodhana was ruling wonderfully. Because he wanted to win the hearts of his citizens so that they will forget Yudhishthira, who had gone to forest for 30 days. But that is not how Bhakti or Krishna wants to set a religion. One other question. Are Balram, Lakshman, Sheshnag are all same? Yes, Adi Guru is Balram and they are same in that sense. If same, then every avatar like Lord Ram, Narsimha avatar are coming from Balram, na Prabhu. They come from Shirodakshaya Vishnu's agency. They are all expansions of Krishna. Krishna expands as Balram, Balram expands as Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Anuruddha. From Sankarshan comes Narayan. From Narayan comes second quadruple expansion, Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. And from second Sankarshan comes Mahavishnu, then Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Shirodaksha Vishnu. And while coming, those avatars, they come in this world through the agency of Shirodaksha Vishnu, but they are originally expansions of Krishna only. You have already written that chart, which I explained. Then how Lakshman, same as Balram, is superior to Lord Ram? Guru of, or as we might have heard the statement, a devotee of the Lord is more powerful than the Lord by the mercy of the Lord. Similarly, now how, just like whatever, so many examples can be given, but a son of any man, he is superior to the man because the son sits as the horse on the horse, and say, hey father, go fast. So this is love. The father has empowered the son to sit on his back. Similarly, you all may be more educated than your fathers. That doesn't mean that you are superior to your father. Your father has empowered you, given you money and facilities for your education. You understand?
No problem. But Tattva wise, from Balram only Lord Ram came.
From Balram, Lord Ram came.
And Balram is equivalent to Lakshman.
So
from Lakshman, how Ram came?
Balram, how Balram from Lord Ram? Lord Ram came from Balram?
In that chart too, from Balram, Narayan, Pradyumna, whom
Narayan, Pradyumna.
He's saying the four.
Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha.
Vasudeva is Lord Ram, that four. Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrugna.
Sankarshan is Ram, Sankarshan is Lakshman.
Balram is Lakshman or Sankarshan is Lakshman?
Balram will come in Sankarshan category, but Sankarshan is not Balram. Sankarshan is expansion of Balram.
So Lord Ram is also expansion of Balram?
No. Lord Ram will be Vasudeva aspect and Lakshman will be Sankarshan aspect. See, Krishna's son was Pradyumna and Pradyumna's son was Aniruddha. So Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. So Sankarshan is Balram. Krishna, Balram, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. So they only four manifest as the four brothers. Vasudeva manifests as Ram, Sankarshan manifests as Lakshman, then Pradyumna manifests as, I'm not sure, maybe Bharat, and then Aniruddha manifests as Shatrugna.
Prabhu, they all came from Balram only.
Yes.
Balram is equivalent to Lakshman.
And Ram is equivalent to Krishna.
Then from Lakshman, how?
What is the question then?
Then from Lakshman, how Lord Ram came? Tattva is.
From Lakshman, how Lord Ram came? Lakshman is Lakshman. And Lord Ram has come from Krishna. And Lakshman has come from Balram. They are same only. Don't get confused. Don't worry too much. You chant Hare Krishna attentively, you will get answers for all questions. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Pamo, Pamo. Actually, this Pamo and all that, okay, anyway. Pranam has to be offered, should not be spoken. One of the 5 aspects of Panchang Pranam is speech also. As you say, Vancha, Kalpatarupishya, Kripa, Sindhubhyo, Chapatitanam, Pavanibhyo, Vaishnava. But it is not just to be said. This Zoom got lost. Prabhuji, I born and brought in such a background where I was always used to talk in sarcastic way, not intentionally, but that became my nature only, which is becoming problem while living with devotees. How overcome from this situation? So you remember that all your speech can be sarcastic, will be perceived as sarcastic. So speak very sweetly. Learn to say thank you, sorry Prabhu, please forgive me, I am your humble, ignorant servant. Like that. Use these words more and more. So devotees will, and also be very careful. Today morning we discussed not to go to extremes.